The top focus, an exclusive news break right here on the Blueprint exclusive. Bollywood actor Rajpal Yadav and renowned choreographer Remo D'Souza have received death threats via email. Investigations are revealing that the email originated from Pakistan. Both these threats come from the same email ID, raising alarm in the entertainment industry. Now, this is the 14th of December, we are told, when Rajpal Yadav had received an email from an unknown sender. The sender had threatened to kill Yadav, his family, and it also mentioned comedian Kapil Sharma as a target. Attached to the email were images of late singer Sidhu Moosewala and also Baba Siddiqui. The sender has claimed affiliation with the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, the same group that had taken responsibility for Sidhu Moosewala's murder. And Rajpal Yadav has then filed a complaint. An FIR has been lodged at the Amboli police station on the 17th of December. During the course of investigation, authorities have tracked the email and linked it to a location in Pakistan. A phone number associated with the email also traced back to the country is what we are told. This is the latest that we have coming in at this point of time. We have our reporters joining us live. Bhavtosh is with us. We also have Rucha joining us live. Rucha is the one breaking this big story. In the case of Rajpal Yadav, at least take us through the details. We'll of course get to Remo D'Souza in a short while. But Rajpal Yadav receiving this threat, and it's not just him, but other top faces who have been named in that letter as well. Take us through the details of this exclusive story you're breaking, Rucha.
Well, this comes as a shock after Saif Ali Khan's attack happened, and now the investigation of Saif is already going on. In that, we come to know that these both actors and celebrities, in Rajpal Yadav as well as Remo D'Souza, is given a death threat on email. Now, there's a connection in these two emails that the sender is the same. Both the email IDs are sent from the same email ID, and Rajpal Yadav had already lodged his FIR in December. He received this email on 14th December and he lodged the FIR on 17th. The email read that I will kill your family, I will kill you, and you are on our target. And the sender had claimed that he is related to Bishnoi gang, and he also mentioned Kapil Sharma's name, that he is also on our target. After that, the investigation had already begun, but just a week ago, another FIR was lodged by Remo D'Souza.
Let's go to the details of the FIR against Remo D'Souza. It's Indian choreographer Remo D'Souza that Rucha is telling us has received a similar death threat from the same email ID. He's since filed an FIR at the Oshiwara police station as well, and that's in fact Bhavtosh is with us. Bhavtosh, now the whole point is this, that we don't know at this point of time whether it is some kind of targeted attempt, whether any of these other incidents are linked to this, whether it is just kind of some troublemaker, or there is some kind of depth in this particular threat. But it is very, very serious that a series of Bollywood actors are now receiving these kinds of threats on email, and also the fact that these emails are originating from Pakistan.
Well, yes, Madhav, adding to what colleague Rucha was saying, the threat on Bollywood actors and also on Punjabi singers have increased post 2022. Whether these threats are genuine or whether someone is trying to play a prank would only be known once proper investigation is done. It could be likely that a VPN was used to send these mails, and that's the reason why the mail is actually bouncing from the place where it originated to the location that has been found, that is in Pakistan as of now. And the name that Bishnoi is being used is primarily because of the fact that the gang had, in fact, last carried out its biggest hit was when Baba Siddiqui was, in fact, brutally murdered in heart of the city. Now, the fact remains that Bishnoi gang has been particularly targeting Bollywood celebrities and also high-profile people in Mumbai, and that's the reason why there is a lot of fear among Bollywood celebrities. And for any agency, whether it's Mumbai police or any law enforcing agencies, they're closely tracking the movements of Lawrence Bishnoi gang. They have not only targeted Bollywood celebrities celebrities, but even Punjabi singers who are not only based in Punjab but also in Canada, primarily because they want to spread fear and also want to extort money from them, very similar to what they did in 1990s when D Company, in fact, spread a reign of terror and extorted money from most high-profile people.
All right, and in fact, let me quickly go back to Rucha, because Rucha, the case of the choreographer Remo D'Souza is where he has received a similar death threat. Of course, we have accessed exclusively the FIR as well as, of course, emails that we are not showing for reasons of privacy. But take us through the contents of the nature of the language that has been used in these threats, Rucha.
In the first FIR that was lodged in December by Rajpal Yadav, it is mentioned that his family is under threat. He is on target, as well as the comedian Kapil Sharma's name is mentioned there. It is also mentioned the sender has linked two images to this email ID. One image is of Sidhu Moosewala and the other of Baba Siddiqui. Now, the second email ID that was received by Remo D'Souza in last week, the sender has cleared that this is not any stunt. This is a serious death threat, and you should not take it lightly. Instead, reply in 8 hours, or else you will face the consequences. Now, after receiving this email ID, the actor and the choreographer had already lodged the FIR with the Mumbai police, and currently the investigation is going on. Now the email ID is tracked, and it is said to be from Pakistan. So Mumbai
that's the most important part of this aspect, because clearly, of course, at a time when there is, of course, threats as far as Saif Ali Khan is concerned, and we will also be discussing the details of that. This is a very, very big piece of news. Thanks so much for joining us, Rucha and Bhavtosh. Let's now introduce our guest. Joining us with us is Yashovardhan Azad, senior IPS officer. Also with us is Kuldeep Khoda, former J&K DGP. We also have with us Sanjana Galrani, actress. Shoaib Chaudhary, TV and film producer, is also with us. Let me start with you first. Yashovardhan Azad, the very fact that there are now a series of stars who are receiving these kinds of threats, how seriously should these be taken? Because at this point of time, given the nature of what we've been seeing happening in Mumbai, certainly the police can't take any such threat lightly.
Absolutely right. I think any threat of this kind should be taken very, very seriously. The tracing of the IP address to Pakistan, obviously it is from a VPN, virtual private network, and this is how it's being used. Now, I don't know exactly if there's some demand has been made or not. Is it an extortion? Have they asked for any money or not? And it's surprising that how they have, pointed at these two. Yadav and Remo Fernandez.
Remo D'Souza.
It's Remo D'Souza. As of now, and this is about 1 month late. Thereafter, what have been the reactions, or has there been any follow-up on that? What have the investigations revealed? I don't know so far. But I do think that in the last 2-3 years, after what has happened in Punjab and the hits which have taken place, it calls for a very, very serious kind of inquiry and also action in terms of providing them security and keeping them safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And in fact, this is the whole point. The kind of language being used here, Sanjana Galrani, we are monitoring your activities. We believe it's imperative that we bring a sensitive matter to your attention. It's not a publicity stunt. We urge you to treat this with seriousness and confidentiality. There could be severe consequences if you fail to do so that impact your professional and personal life. Very, very threatening and menacing language that is used, language that would scare any citizen, leave alone any star.
Absolutely. See, what is happening is out here, even when these gangsters are caught, or when these, like in Baba Siddiqui's case, you can see that the people who made the attack, they're already caught. And whosoever it is, when the Bishnoi gang, they're sitting inside over there. But there's no serious, strict action which is taken against them. The case is going on and going on and going on, and justice is not served. So what is happening in such a case is that many other gangsters who are there outside with their freedom roaming around, they are still feeling notorious because they know that they can get away with doing anything in this country, There is no...
No, but if you're saying the accused have been arrested, and how can you say justice is not served?
Yes, because they just arrested and there's no proper sentencing that's happened. It takes its own sweet time, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or there's no, forget about the particular decision coming from the court that what will be their punishment. There's no action taken against them. They're just relaxing in the jail with their mobile phones, planning their next notorious actions.
Okay, let me bring in
And
Mr. Kuldeep Khoda.
that makes the entire situation very lenient in the country.
Let me bring in Mr. Khoda. That's certainly something for our judiciary to think about. But let me bring in Mr. Khoda. Is that a valid concern, sir? Because Sanjana Galrani says that even those who are carrying out such attacks, the very fact that the whole justice system takes so long to actually convict someone, that emboldens them to carry out the next attack. Is that a valid concern, Mr. Khoda?
Absolutely, it is a matter of concern because the way it is happening is a part of an organized crime, as has been mentioned by other speakers. But what is worrying is that it is supported by inimical elements based abroad, based mostly in Pakistan, and then backed by an ecosystem within our own country, and in which the political elements jump in unwittingly for their own political reasons. So it creates an atmosphere of insecurity in India, and this serves the interest of the enemy agents who are already operating, and they have already sleeper cells in various parts of the country. The incidents which happened in the recent past, whether it's Baba Siddiqui or Saif Ali Khan or many other incidents, you see a pattern in that. The pattern is that the sleeper cells, which are already operating in India, they get in touch with the illegal immigrants, mostly coming from Bangladesh, who try to get into areas which are relatively safer for them. And then they are put into sort of the system where they are backed by other elements. The human rights activists jump in subsequently and try to protect them. Right. And then it creates a sort of atmosphere where total insecurity is created. All right, Shoaib Chaudhary, the bigger question is this, even, taking off from what Mr. Kuldeep Khoda is saying, you even have politicians today, we saw Farooq Abdullah's reaction coming out to say that don't blame Bangladesh. Just because one or two people from this country come into India and do this is a problem that is there globally. There are illegals even in the United States. That doesn't take away from what's happening on ground over here. The very fact that such a big superstar like Saif could have been attacked, the fact that others in Bollywood are getting these threat emails, all of this, has led to a lot of concern as to what's happening on ground. What would you say to those who say that, who make such controversial statements in the first place? Shoaib.
Right. I absolutely disagree with Mr. Abdullah, with all due respect to him and his seniority. Every single unwanted Bangladeshi or anybody coming from any other country illegally into our homeland need to be thrown out with immediate effect. That is one thing. And as for this threat to Remo and this gentleman, Rajpal, I wonder why would anyone give them their threats? Though I really want a serious investigation to happen in this case. These days, if you appear to be of slightly different political opinion from somebody else, people start threatening you. I have personally received the phone that I'm using for the Zoom call right now. This inbox is full of not less than 25 death threats to me in the last 2 years. I don't know for what reasons. I don't know these people, and those accounts are still active. I have death threats coming from Madhya Pradesh, Kashmir, Delhi, Punjab, Haryana, all these kind of places. One has to really now start taking them seriously. I rub them off just because I thought there are some young boys who are, politically disaligned from you. So they have started, emotionally gotten carried away and started throwing these threats. But now, after seeing all what is happening in the last few months in Bombay or Mumbai, this all need to be taken up seriously.
Wow, this is very serious. In fact, Yashowardhan Azad, very serious that one of our panelists. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Chaudhary, if you want to complete.
Easy thing.
No, I'm just telling you, this is all more than 25 death threats in my inbox right now. And more than half of those
on email?
Accounts.
Or social
these are on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media accounts. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And more than half of these accounts are still active. These are active accounts.
Okay.
People think that life of a celebrity is extremely easy. It's very merry-go-round and it's very beautiful with all flowers, and you get these endorsements and earn crores and crores of rupees, and it just comes to you easily like a catwalk in the garden. But this is the very dark fact of life, that you have so many adverse actions of being famous and rich. when you're famous, your lifestyle is out there in the particular social domains, in the social media, and people are judging you by even a simple watch that you wear. People are judging you by a simple expensive luxury belt that you wear, that okay, this person is extremely luxurious from top to bottom. Look at her evaluation. She's driving a car which is in crores. So let's just extort her, or let's blackmail her for the money that we can make from her. So it's very dangerous also to be a celebrity. And what I feel is, being a celebrity, har ere gere ka kaam nahi hai ye.
Okay, let me bring in Mr. Azad on that. Mr. Yashowardhan Azad, how much of this is, enabled through social media? Because from what Mr. Chaudhary is telling us, it's very easy to comment on social media. There's a post, anonymously you can comment, make a thread, so on and so forth. And how much of this is really serious? Because, whether it is ideological or whether it is for other reasons, people sending hate messages and even death threats. And I was just shocked to know from Mr. Chaudhary that he's received over 24 such threats in the past 2 years. Now, surely that's not a normal scenario.
Yeah, a couple of important points have been raised by the panelists. First, celebrities all over the world are under threat of some kind or the other. They are in the eye of the storm. They catch attention, and fame and money always attracts gangsters. You'll see that in Punjab, in Bollywood, other celebrities, they always get these kind of threats, and it should be taken seriously. In fact, in the case of Mr. Shoaib Chaudhary, I would certainly advise him to take all these numbers and give it to the Bombay Special Branch, so these numbers can be, screened, because they might be doing it to others also, and it's a very, very serious matter. And Sanjana also, raised a very, very important point, because most of the threats coming outside are coming from inside the jails. And this mafia, which is operating from jails, is a very, very serious mafia, which is all those hits are being planned. I mean, Gujarat itself, a lot of hits have been planned. Therefore, these are things which have to be looked into very, very seriously by the.
All right. We'll have to leave it there, sir. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but for want of time, Mr. Yashowardhan Azad, Kuldeep Khoda, Sanjana Kalrani, Shoaib Chaudhary, thanks so much for joining us on this exclusive story. Of course, we'll continue with the investigation into the threats that are being given to Bollywood stars, and we will follow up on this as well. Stepping into a quick break for now.